Good afternoon, my name is TedTalkPanu. I'm doing a synopsis of 3 TED Talks for my Intro to Computers class, 1001. My professor is Deborah McClendon, and my major is computer programming. The 3 talks I chose I didn't do them based on my major. I have recently, in the last year and a half, had a major life change that has included me needing to get a job, start school, in addition to homeschooling my children and taking care of a huge house all on my own. And the talks that I chose centered around the theme of change and positive change, looking at change or unexpected things in a positive way. And as you see by my setting, I try to surround myself with positive things to look at so that I feel positive. The first talk is Daniel Goldstein, and his was entitled The Battle Between Your Present and Future Self. He gave the illustration of Odysseus when he was going through the rocks in a dangerous part of the ocean, and how he really wanted to see the sirens and hear their song. And although he knew the danger of the song and he knew that it would probably mean death, it meant death for everyone else that had heard them, but he was so desperate to hear it, or so curious to hear it, he tied himself to a mast in the ship to try to be able to hear but not act on what he heard, which didn't work very well for him. But what Daniel Goldstein called that was a commitment device. A commitment device in which if you lack self-discipline to realize certain goals, you make yourself disciplined. Like another example would be putting a credit card in a block of in a container of water and letting it freeze, knowing you wouldn't be able to get to the number without several hours passing. And if you were tempted to buy instead of save, you knew, okay, you were giving yourself a commitment device. I have to follow through with this or else. If you take a walk that you know is one direction, you park your car. I'm going to exercise. I'll park my car here, and I have to follow the trail back to the car or I can't get home. That's a commitment device, saying I'm going to force myself to be disciplined. And he said that a lack of self-discipline to realize goals is the image of the present self versus the future self. And if you can make yourself have commitment devices, it will lead to a better future, the future that you're wanting. And if you neglect your future self, it's kind of like you're denying what's going to happen. And you think, well, I don't need to save because I don't really think I'm going to have a problem, or I'm not going to really lose my job, or, oh, there's no way this is going to happen. But he talked about, we have to win that battle between our present self and what we want in the here and now, and the future self, whether it's health in the exercise example, or if it's savings with the credit card example. And I like that idea because I find myself on a daily basis, with changes that have come up unexpectedly. Sometimes I don't want to make the big girl decisions. I'd rather shop to feel good, or lay in bed and watch movies all day, but looking at myself in the mirror and saying, I can't deny the future. That in a year will have passed, and if that year passes with me being in school and working hard and educating my children, we're going to have a great year. If that year passes with me laying in bed and looking at TV, a year will still have passed, but nothing good would have happened. I like that talk. The second TED Talk that I wanted to talk about was Stacey Kramer's, entitled The Best Gift I Ever Survived. And from the title you can tell she had a brain tumor, and it was a surprise. But she started her talk detailing every benefit the brain tumor gave her without revealing what the gift was. She called it a gift. And she said, what if you were to receive this gift the size of a golf ball, and it would pull your family together, and it would make you stronger and give you a healthier lifestyle. And she just went on to enumerate the million gifts that came from that one tragedy, so-called tragedy. And I feel like that with my life, with the changes that have happened. Perspective is so important, that I could really be tempted to think, I'm 40, this isn't where I wanted to be, this isn't the promise that I made and that was made to me. But I'm choosing to look at the changes in my life as a gift, and to focus on the positive. The fact that I'm able to spend time with my children, the fact that I'm able to go to school and expand my mind, the fact that I'm able to earn money and make my own decisions about where I spend my money and make my own decisions about where we go on vacation. So I think perspective is really important. The last TED Talk, and this was really great. I would recommend you watch it just because it was just so inspiring. It's a young man named Black, and it's entitled My Journey to Yo-Yo Mastery. And it's about a young man from Japan, and he developed a passion for the yo-yo. But he could not support himself with the passion. He had gone to a certain tournament, and he thought that it was going to earn him a lot of sponsors and that he was going to financially be able to just focus on the dream, and it didn't happen. And he talked about how he had to go into work and just work a job that meant nothing to him and to survive. And then what he stated was that society did not value his passion. And then he said that what he decided to do was not only take his passion, but he combined it with jazz dance, ballet dance, acrobatics. So he beefed up the passion with skill. And those together, now he is able to be a yo-yo champion, where he does that professionally. That's how he earns his money. He doesn't have to go to that boring, mindless job. And I think where this all ties in for me is I have been given a change in life that I didn't want, I didn't expect, and I didn't plan for. But I am going to make the commitment to devices for myself to keep myself on track. I'm going to be in school. And I am keeping my perspective positive, and I'm going to add skills to my passion, hence being in school. And when I get out, get my associate's degree in programming, I'm hoping to use that to better not only my future but my children's future. Thank you.